There's a button in Japanese airport bathrooms. Press it. It plays the sound of a flushing toilet. Loud, convincing, on repeat. Why would anyone need that? Because it saves 20 liters of water every single visit. People used to flush multiple times just to cover up embarrassing sounds. Japan engineered a fix for $50 per stall. That's the difference. While we're asking how to make airports profitable, Japan's asking how to make them solve real problems. Vending machines with hot meals, sleep pods you can rent by the hour, luggage services that send your bags ahead, floors that clean themselves. None of this is sci-fi, it's just smart design. Today we're counting down 14 genius Japanese airport ideas that make US airports look completely outdated. And number one will show you why paying $20 for a private nap pod beats sleeping on a bench under harsh lights every single time. Let's jump in. Number 14, floors that clean themselves. Walk through any big airport at 8 p.m., sticky floors, trash cans overflowing. That mystery puddle you really hope is just water. Cleaning crews show up twice a day, maybe 3 if you're lucky. Between those windows, total chaos. Japan does it differently. Robots patrol the floors every 2 to 3 hours. Trash compactors sanitize themselves. Escalators have built-in cleaning brushes. Dirt doesn't pile up. It gets eliminated before you notice. At Tokyo Haneda, sensors track foot traffic. When a gate empties after boarding, cleaning bots roll in automatically. By the time the next flight boards, spotless. Here's the thing. This actually costs less than traditional cleaning. Fewer staff hours, less water, longer floor life because grime never gets ground in. Most airports lose the battle against dirt every single day. In Japan, it's just a system running quietly in the background. The airport doesn't get cleaned, it stays clean. Number 13, signs you can't get lost with. You land somewhere new, you need gate C47. The signs point left, then they point somewhere else. Half are outdated. The rest assume you already know where you're going. You ask 3 people, still end up lost. Japanese airports fix this with one rule. If anyone gets confused, the design failed. Every sign shows 4 languages: Japanese, English, Chinese, Korean. But here's what makes it work. They don't rely on words. Universal icons, color-coded zones, bright lighting that works day or night. And the design is identical at every airport in the country. Visit one, you've learned them all. A traveler from Germany who spoke 0 Japanese followed a yellow floor line, matched a gate icon to his boarding pass, made his connection without asking a single soul. The system was tested on people who'd never been to Japan. If anyone looked confused, they redesigned it. The standard is 0 confusion. Most airports make navigation a puzzle. Japan makes it infrastructure. Getting lost isn't your fault. It's bad design. Number 12. Boarding without the chaos. Boarding group 3 gets called. 80 people rush the gate like it's a clearance sale. Everyone stands, nobody moves. The gate agent begs for order. Chaos wins. Japan took a completely different approach. Floor markings split the gate into numbered zones. Each group has its own waiting spot. Announcements stay calm, not frantic. And people actually follow the system. No rushing, no crowding, back to front boarding. An American watched 200 passengers board a plane in 12 minutes at Osaka. No shoving, no cutting, just smooth movement. Now here's why that matters. Back to front boarding is 40% faster than the front to back mess most airlines use. The system works because breaking the rules is harder than following them. Clear zones, visible order, no advantage to cheating. Western airports treat boarding like a race. Japan treats it like a process. Turns out we can board like adults. We just need the setup that lets us. Number 11. Security that actually moves. TSA checkpoint, 40 people deep. Shoes off, laptops out, belt unbuckled. Someone forgot their water bottle. Line stops. You've been standing here 25 minutes, still 7 people away. Japanese airports use a smarter setup. Multiple small checkpoints instead of one giant bottleneck. Sensors predict crowding. Extra lanes open before the backup starts. Digital signs redirect you to faster routes in real time. Average wait, 8 to 12 minutes, even during rush hours. At Narita, sensors caught a surge from 3 arriving flights. 2 standby checkpoints opened in 90 seconds. The crowd got absorbed before a line could even form. Here's the wild part. The tech isn't expensive or futuristic. It's logistics software. The same kind Amazon uses for packages, Japan just applied it to people. Western airports react after problems happen. Japan stops them from forming. The line doesn't vanish, it just never gets the chance to grow. Number 10. Waiting rooms that are actually quiet. Trying to rest, or work, or just think. Baby crying nearby, gate announcements every 90 seconds. Someone watching videos at full blast. Noise hits 80 decibels, that's jackhammer level. Japan created something most airports refuse to even consider. Silent zones, soundproofed walls, carpeted floors, no overhead announcements. Updates get sent to your phone through the airport app. Only sound? Soft air conditioning hum. A developer on a 6-hour layover set up her laptop at Haneda. Finished a project, took a nap, caught her flight. Never heard a single announcement. Noise in these zones averages 45 to 50 decibels, library quiet. And they're not hidden premium lounges. They're free, open to everyone. Because rest isn't a luxury product, it's a basic need. Most airports sell silence as an upgrade. Japan includes it as part of the terminal. Quiet used to cost money. Here it's just standard. Number 9. Lockers that charge your phone. Phones at 3%. At every outlet's taken. You're hovering near strangers waiting for someone to unplug. Or worse, sitting on the floor by a trash can because that's the only free outlet. Japan solved this with charging lockers. Lock your phone inside. Built-in cables charge it while you grab food or walk around. Come back an hour later. Full battery. Cost $2. A backpacker from Australia landed with a dead phone and no clue where his hostel was. Locked it in for $2, grabbed lunch, came back to 100% and downloaded directions. Now here's the smart part. Multiple cable types built in. Lightning, USB-C, micro USB. Passcode locks. App locks. Nobody's touching your device. Rental starts at 30 minutes. Maxes at 6 hours. These lockers pay for themselves in 3 months just from fees. And airports with them get way better traveler reviews. Battery panic is real. Western airports act like a dead phone is your problem. Japan treats it like a $2 fix. Low battery used to mean stress, now it's just a minor inconvenience. If you're enjoying this, go ahead and tap like. It tells YouTube you want more of Japan's clever ideas, and if you love discovering things you didn't know existed, hit subscribe. Trust me, the next ones are even better. Number 8. Vending machines with real coffee. You need coffee. Starbucks line is 18 people deep. You've got 12 minutes before boarding. By the time you reach the counter, you're either late or giving up. Now you're tired and caffeine deprived. Japan fixed this with vending machines everywhere. Every 50 meters, there's one. Hot coffee on one button, iced tea on another. Same machine. Both fresh, both cost $1.50. No waiting, no tipping, no misspelled name on a cup. A flight attendant grabbed hot soup from a machine at 6 a.m. Actual soup, in a can, ready in 90 seconds. She said it beat the cafe version that cost 4 times more. Here's why it works. Machines use dual temperature storage, hot drinks on one side, cold on the other, seasonal options too. Hot chocolate in winter, iced tea in summer. Transaction time? 25 seconds from payment to drink in hand. Americans think vending machines only sell garbage. Japan proved they can sell quality. The bar for convenience food is just higher. Hot and cold from the same robot. And both actually taste good. Number 7. Send your luggage ahead. You land in Tokyo, 3 days before your next flight, but you've got a 50-pound suitcase. And your rental is up 4 flights of stairs. You're stuck dragging it through subway turnstiles and packed trains. Japan offers a better option. Airport luggage forwarding, hand your bag to a counter. They ship it straight to your hotel or your next airport. Next day delivery, about $25. You explore with just a backpack. A couple from Canada sent 2 bags from the airport to their Kyoto hotel. Spent the day sightseeing in Tokyo with light packs. Bags showed up the next morning before they woke up. And it gets better. You can track your bag in real time, like a package. Reverse service too. Send bags from hotel back to the airport on departure day. On time rate, 99.7%. This isn't some luxury add-on. It's public infrastructure. Japan Post runs it. Same system that delivers mail, delivers your suitcase. Western travelers assume luggage is their burden. Japan made it optional. Why drag your bag when it can just meet you there? Number 6. Luggage lockers everywhere. 6-hour layover. You want to explore the city, but you're stuck with a carry-on and backpack. Airport storage, $20 per bag, or it doesn't exist, so you just sit there. Japanese airports have coin lockers in every terminal, small, medium, large, extra large. Store your stuff for 24 hours, $3 to $8 depending on size. No reservations, no staff, just a locker and a key. Solo traveler from the UK had a 10-hour layover. Locked his bag in a $5 locker, rode the train into Tokyo, hit a temple, ate ramen, came back, grabbed his stuff, caught his flight. Total cost? Less than a sandwich at Heathrow. Tokyo Haneda alone has over 2,000 lockers. They take credit cards now. Mobile pay, IC cards. If one area is full, signs direct you to the next cluster. Lockers make airports money and boost nearby shops because people actually leave. It's profit disguised as convenience. Western airports trap you inside with your bags. Japan sets you free for $5. A long layover stops being a sentence. It becomes a chance. Number 5. Plastic food that looks real. You're staring at a menu in a language you can't read. Photos look decent, but you've been tricked before. You order. It arrives. Looks nothing like expected. You eat it anyway because you already paid. Japan uses realistic plastic food models. Every dish, exact size, perfect colors, displayed in windows. If your real plate doesn't match, you complain. They fix it. Traveler from Australia spoke no Japanese, walked up to a shop, pointed at a plastic bowl of noodles, got exactly that. No confusion, no app, just point and eat. These models are handmade by artisans, accurate down to steam and sauce drips. 95% match between model and real dish. Language barrier? Gone. But it's more than display, it's a promise. Restaurants bet their reputation on the model matching the meal. What you see is what you get. Western menus show a photo and cross their fingers. Japan shows a standard and keeps it. Ordering without words, and somehow more accurate than pictures. Number 4. Lost items that actually get found. You leave your phone at security, realize it at the gate. Go back, it's gone. File a report. Maybe someone turned it in, probably not. You'll never see it again. Japan built a totally different system. Digital lost and found. Every item logged with photos, timestamps, location. Staff contact you if they find ID or a boarding pass inside. Same-day delivery to your gate if you're still there. Already left? They mail it internationally. A German tourist dropped an envelope with $5,000 cash. Security found it 20 minutes later. Tracked him using the boarding pass inside. Delivered it to his gate before takeoff. 70 to 80% of lost items get returned. In US airports, 30%. Wallets come back with cash untouched. Stealing is culturally unthinkable. Real-time inventory searchable by app or website. High return rates aren't just about honesty, it's infrastructure. The system makes returning stuff easier than keeping it. Western airports assume lost equals gone forever. Japan assumes someone's already tracking you down. Losing something doesn't mean it vanished. It means help's on the way. Number 3. Vending machines that cook meals? Midnight layover. Everything's closed except a shop selling stale sandwiches for $12. You're starving. Options? Overpriced junk. Japan installed meal vending machines, ramen, curry, fried rice, pizza. Machine cooks it fresh in 3 minutes. $5 to $8. Tastes like real food. Not airport food. American traveler bought ramen from a machine at 2 a.m. Skeptical at first. 3 minutes later, hot noodles with pork, egg, broth. Said it beat the $18 bowl he paid for at a sit-down spot in San Francisco. The process is automated. Frozen ingredients, flash cooked with steam and heat, 200 meal types across Japan's airports. Nutrition info on every item, calories, allergens, ingredients. The tech isn't new, just applied right. Same heating system hospitals and military kitchens use. Japan just put them in terminals instead of hiding them. Western airports treat late-night hunger like tough luck. Japan treats it like a $6 problem with a solution. A robot made me ramen in 3 minutes for $6. And it was good. Number 2. Toilets with a privacy button. Public restroom. You're in a stall, dead quiet, you're self-conscious. So you flush to cover the sound of being human. 3 times, 4, 5. Gallons of water wasted because bathrooms are awkward. Japan made a button, press it, plays flushing sounds, loud, convincing, continuous. You go in peace. Nobody hears anything. 0 water wasted. Done. British traveler pressed it out of curiosity in Tokyo. Fake flush kicked in. She realized she'd been wasting water her whole life from embarrassment, and Japan had already solved it. This saves 20 liters per person per visit. Installed in over 80% of public restrooms. $50 to $200 per stall. Pays for itself in water savings within 6 months. This wasn't made for tourists. Japanese women were flushing multiple times per visit. Government calculated the environmental cost. Built a solution. Western bathrooms ignore the awkwardness and dump the water. Japan faced the awkwardness and stopped the waste. They turned an uncomfortable moment into engineering. $50 fixed it. Number 1. Sleep pods inside security. Red eye delayed 4 hours. You're wiped. Options: sleep on a bench under bright lights with your bag as a pillow, or pay $200 for a hotel outside and risk missing your new boarding time. Japan offers something better. Sleep pods, inside the terminal, private, soundproof, fresh sheets, charging ports, climate control. Alarm wakes you before your flight. $15 to $30 an hour. No leaving security, no stress. Flight attendant from Delta paid $25 for 90 minutes at Haneda. Said it was quieter and cleaner than the crew rest on her own plane. Woke up fresh, showered at the lounge, worked her next shift with 0 fatigue. Pods rent by the hour or overnight. 6-hour packages are common. Pillow, blanket, privacy curtain, personal air, post-security in major terminals, Haneda, Narita, Kansai. These aren't upgrades, they're infrastructure. Japan knows exhausted travelers are dangerous travelers. Rest is public service, not a profit game. Pods exist because fatigue is fixable. Western airports assume you'll survive or pay premium. Japan assumes you deserve real sleep. For the cost of a terrible burger, you can actually rest like a person. If you want more smart ideas Japan's hiding from the world, hit like and subscribe. Check the next video on your screen. More jaw-dropping stuff you won't believe is real. Thanks for watching. Now go tell your airport they're slacking.